Hi there, how are you? Welcome to the first video in the series, and in this video we're going to look at the history of money. Okay, don't worry too much about this, it's just my 3-month-old son that I have here with me at the minute doing this video. I'm a digital age dad, I work from home. Sometimes I work with my son on me, okay? So you might see these things every now and again, but don't worry, I'm not wearing some kind of weird bondage gear or anything like that. It's my son. Okay, so in this video, we're going to talk about the history of money. Now, believe it or not, although as a human race, we put so much importance on money. In fact, so many people get so desperate about money and making money, and I need money, and I need money, and I need money. We tend to think that money is some kind of necessity for life, okay? Now, as we go through these videos, you'll probably get to know me a little bit better, and you will begin to realize that I do think a little bit differently to most people, okay? You only need 3 things not to die. One is food, one is water, and the other one is enough shelter to either protect you from the cold or keep you out of the sun, all right? They're the only 3 things you need. Money is not essential. And if you've already listened to the audiobook, Think and Grow Rich, which is something I recommend you do before you continue any further with these lessons, okay? You will learn that it's all to do with your mind, okay? If you think that money is a necessity in your life and that without it you are going to be in some kind of danger or you're going to die, then your mindset about money is wrong and you are constantly going to be poor because you're going to be thinking that money is too important. Let me give you an example. If, as a guy, I'm really interested in a girl, okay, and I'm constantly going after her, will you go out with me? Will you go out with me? I want you, I want you, I want you, I want you. Be with me, be with me, be with me. What's she going to do? She's going to run as far away from me as she can. Now, anybody that have tried to get a partner that way, whether it be a guy getting a girl getting a guy, a girl getting a girl, or a guy getting a guy, if you go about it that way, you're never going to get a partner. You're just going to come across as desperate. Now, if you have the same attitude towards money, money's going to do the same thing. Now, I know you're going to say, oh, money's not a thing, it can't run away, but it's all up here, okay? You're going to learn throughout these lessons that it's all got more to do with, becoming a millionaire has got more to do with your mindset and what you believe is possible than anything else. But I digress. The history of money. So, at one point in the past, money did not exist. Okay? Humans survived in a barter system. So, let's say, for example, I have hens, so I have chickens and I have eggs. All right? And my neighbor grows tomatoes. So let's say one day I want some tomatoes and he wants some eggs. I can approach him with 6 eggs and say, look, how many tomatoes will you give me for 6 eggs? And he'll say, well, I'll give you 6 tomatoes for 6 eggs. So I get tomatoes, he gets eggs. Super. Now that system works provided you've got things that you can exchange that are of a similar value. Yeah? So if I, for example, I've got chickens and eggs, but I want a horse, and I find somebody that has a spare horse and would be willing to sell that horse to me, how many chickens and eggs do I have to give that guy in exchange for his horse? You see, the amount of chicken and the amount of eggs that I would have to give that guy to equal the value of his horse, he isn't going to want that many chickens and he isn't going to want that many eggs. So, as a species, we had to come up with a different way of determining value and then to be able to exchange things by that value. So that's where money came in. Money is nothing more than a predetermined value with which you can exchange one thing for another. Okay, so for an example, let's say my chicken is worth one money, all right? And we determine that the value of the horse is 100 monies, okay? Now, with that exchange rate, we know that if I want one horse, I have to give the man 100 chickens. Makes sense, yeah? But we come back to the same problem. That guy is not going to want 100 chickens. not in exchange for one horse, certainly. So what we did as a species in the end was determine that rather than use the money just to determine the value of two separate things to interchange, we decided that the money itself would hold intrinsically the value of the items that we were exchanging. So in this case, I want to buy a horse off my neighbor, and we've determined that 100 chickens is the same as a horse, and one chicken is worth one money. So I could say to the guy, look, in that case, what I will do is I will give you 100 monies in exchange for your horse. Now, the guy that's selling me the horse is happy with that because he's now got 100 of something that he can then go and do what he likes with, rather than having 100 chickens, which at the end of the day, what's he going to do with 100 chickens? Okay, so that's how money came around. Money is nothing more than an agreed upon item, an agreed upon thing that we as a species give value to, so that we can interchange goods and services without interchanging actual physical items. Okay? That's all money is. It is a way of interchanging value from one thing to another. It's like a translator, okay? I mean, imagine I speak English and you speak French. I can't speak to you in English because you don't understand me. I can't speak to you in French because I won't understand you. What we need is a third person who speaks both English and French, so that when I speak to you, it gets translated into French. And when you speak to me, it gets translated back into English. Well, that's all money is. It's a translator of value. It takes the value of one thing and the value of another and determines what that is. And you can use that as a translation between the two things. Okay. I hope that's made sense. If it hasn't, please, by all means, in the Facebook group, get in touch, ask as many questions as you like, and I will answer them to the best of my knowledge in the best way that I can. Okay? Join me in the next lesson as we talk about how the banks started. Have a great day. Bye-bye.